Hello bookworms, I'm Becca and today I'm going to be talking about books that I read because of Booktube. I'm coming up on my 3-year Booktube anniversary this summer, and I would have to say the majority of the books on my bookshelves I've gotten because of Booktube, and so many of my favorite books that I've read are ones that I've heard from other booktubers and thought I would pick up and ended up really loving. The first one being, and I cannot find the physical book anywhere and it's driving me crazy because it's one of my favorites. It is Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. This is a YA fantasy and it was probably one of the first high fantasy books I ever read, and I loved it so much. I love the world, I love everything about it, and I really need to continue on with this trilogy. The second book I'm mentioning today is Forget Tomorrow by Princep Dawn. This is the first book that I was sent from a publisher as part of a Booktube tour, and it will always hold a special place in my heart because of that reason. Actually, after I did my review of this book for the Booktube tour, Entangled Teen ended up sending me the sequel. That was the first book that I received unprompted from a publisher. So yeah, this series definitely has a place in my heart. The next book I want to mention is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alirsains. I don't think that I would have picked up this book if it wasn't for Booktube, and even though it took me a really long time to pick it up, I'm really glad that I did because I ended up enjoying it way more than I thought that I would, and I'm really excited for the sequel to come out. Next, of course, you know, I cannot ever do a recommendations video without mentioning The Merciless by Danielle Vega. This is one of my favorite series of all time, and I never would have found this book if it wasn't for Booktube. I found it within my first couple months of doing Booktube, and it is everything. This is a young adult horror novel, which is not something that you find every day, and it is amazing. Oh my goodness, it's like Mean Girls meets horror. It is so freaking good. I also read one of my favorite contemporary trilogies because of Booktube, and it is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I just love this trilogy so much. It's so fluffy and refreshing, and it's a great palate cleanser, I find, and I definitely will probably be rereading this trilogy soon because I need some larging in my life. Also, I discovered one of my favorite authors because of Booktube, and it is Rainbow Rowell. The first Rainbow Rowell book that I read was Eleanor and Park, and I absolutely fell in love with Rainbow Rowell as an author. I love all of her books so much. I haven't read Carry On yet, and I need to. This is definitely one of my favorite YA romances that I've ever read, and I am so happy that I discovered Rainbow Rowell. And of course, the last book, because it's another one that I just cannot go a single video without mentioning, A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. This is everything. I am so happy that I found this book, and I definitely would never have discovered it if it wasn't for Booktube because it originally just came out in England, so there's definitely no way that I ever would have heard about it, and this is everything that I've been looking for in a book. Deaf and hard of hearing main characters, sign language, the best romance I've ever read, ever. I just absolutely adore this book. It is going to be my #1 book forever. I don't even know if there's going to be anything that will be able to top it, but yeah, this book is amazing. So there you guys go. That is just a handful of my favorite books that I have read because of Booktube. I love this community so much, and with YouTube changing all of its policies, it makes me really sad, even though I go back and forth on monetizing my videos and not monetizing my videos. I'm not making any money anyway. It just makes me sad that I feel like the majority of Booktube consists of small creators, and we've just have an amazing community, and I hope that this doesn't discourage anyone from wanting to start a YouTube channel or make Booktube videos, because I'm so thankful that I made this channel, and I don't know. I can't even put into words how sad and heartbroken YouTube's new policies makes me feel. So that is why I'm partaking in this 30-day videoathon to strike back at YouTube's policy change. I know that my videos really barely even break 100 views per video, so there's no way that I'm ever going to hit the 4,000 hours of watch time in the next 30 days. But one way that I really would like you guys to support my channel is by at least subscribing. One of my goals for this year is to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I am about 300 away, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys like the content that I'm putting out and you want to support small creators. I will be doing more small creator shout outs as the month goes on. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to see more bookish videos. I try to put out content twice a week normally, but I am going to be attempting to upload every day for 30 days to strike back at YouTube's changing policy. I hope that you guys enjoy all of the content that I put out, as well as this kind of videoathon that the Booktube community is putting on for this 30-day period. For me, I feel like it's more of a last hurrah, because I know that I'm not going to hit these crazy benchmarks that YouTube is saying that we need to be at, but I am not going down without a fight. And yeah, that's really all I got for you guys today, and I will see you tomorrow.